Hello and welcome to the Streetwise Youth Van walk around checks. This is your daily checks when you get to the van. So you're walking up to it, first thing you're doing is making sure that there's no water or oil underneath. You might see a little puddle there, and it's a good way of checking the grip on the front tyres, the tread in the tyres. Have a look at all the headlights, make sure there's no cracks or anything like that. The mirrors, make sure they're still attached. And then all the tyres on every wheel, just go around, check the tread and the wheel nuts are still attached. When you're walking down the side of the van, you're checking all the trim and things like that still on the van, there's no scuffs. If you do end up having a bump in it, then report it straight away. And the rear lenses, you're just checking there's no scratches and they're all still attached. And again, the wheel nuts, just check all them on all the tyres. You don't have to tighten them up, you'll be able to see if they're loose. Make sure there are no lenses or anything like that cracked. To open the van, it's the top button on the key, just below the little silver thing there. And the alarm, the indicators will flash once to say that the alarm is off and the van is then open. Then as soon as you're in it, put the key in the ignition, and on the ignition it'll tell you if there's anything wrong with the van, with the water, the oil, and it'll tell you to check oil or the engine oil's okay. All the lights will come on, you wait for one of the orange lights to go off, no throttle on the using the accelerator, and then just turn the van on and the engine will burst into life. There you go. Nearly all the warning lights will go off. And then what you're doing is you're switching all the lights on. Give the little the washers a little scoosh. Make sure the wipers are working. And then putting your hazard warning lights on as well, which is down the centre. Make sure they're on, and then just have a walk round. Whichever way you want to go, make sure all the lights are working. That's the hazards and the main headlights on. And then when you go back in, you can just have a little flick on the high beam. See, the back lights are working. Again, the hazards are on. And the same on the other side. Next thing you do is check the seat belts. Give them a bit of a tug. Remember, there's 3 seat belts in the front of the van. The engine's still running, just gently warming up. If it's a cold morning, put the heater on. And you're just checking the handbrake. Make sure you cover your foot on the foot brake as well. Give the horn a little toot, and then switch all your lights off, including the hazards, and then check your indicators. And you should see it flash left and right constant. That's flashing constant left and right. If it flashes really quickly, it means one of the indicator bulbs is gone. And then that's your high beam, where the blue light comes. It's the left hand stalk, you just pull it towards you. And that's checking the seat belts on the passenger side. First aid kit is in the centre console, and then there's 2 high-vis vests directly above the driver's seat, in the head compartment. The rest of the van, it's the very bottom key that opens the side door, and that's the side door open. Check there's nothing loose inside, and to get the step on, you press on the top of the step and it pops out, and to get it back in, you press the little half moon button on the bottom and press and just slide it back in, then let it go, it locks. Again, for the back, if you just need to open the back, it's the very bottom button on the key. Open the doors. Make sure they're open all the way and locked open. And then what you're checking in here is everything's stored away and secure in the back of the van. The generator is the main thing here. You see the big bungees? Just make sure that they're nice and tight. You're making sure the generator can't move. If the bungees are frayed in anywhere, just tell the office and they'll get some new bungees for you. Or they'll get some money out of petty cash to get you some new bungees. And again, just check the generator's nice and stored in there. And on the left hand side with the ramps to get the generator out, you're just checking that they're strapped in as well. And the broom's in behind that as well, because you don't want them coming out of you. They're not heavy, but they will hurt. And then the doors, you don't have to be too violent with them, just close them nice and gently. And then the back door. And then to lock the entire van, it's the middle button. And again, the indicators will flash. So that's your walk around checks for the Streetwise Youth Van. Enjoy your day.